Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I will be creating HSL bus line 413, which is a minibus line circling in Vantaa and more specifically between Myyrmäki and Martinlaakso. The distance is short, but somehow someone has created a hellish network of U-turns which resembles more a spider web than a bus line. Nevertheless, as I love to create all the lines, I will create all the lines, and that's it. The minibus lines have until now been operated by buses with pretending to be Citroën Jumpers, pretending to be Mercedes-Benzes, but in reality they are Citroën Jumpers. I recently found a mod depicting a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, so that's a lot closer to the original Mercedes-Benz 307 I am wanting things to look like. So I've replaced all the jumpers with the Sprinter, and well, they're still MB 307s no matter what. But with this start the line, let's go. Although, one addition, for some reason the Sprinters in the mod, they have 70 seats, which is pretty extensive for a Sprinter. I think 20 would be closer, but well, whatever is created is created. And frankly, 70 is a lot better than 20, because now the buses at least don't become full. We will start, and the jumpers were too small too, so from too small to too big. Okay, we start from Myyrmäki and we stop at Pyörrekkuja. That's all very good. Then we go and stop at Myrinkoti, and the following stop is called Myyrmäen Urheilutalo. That's basically Myyrmäki Sports Hall, and now I will try to find that thing on the map. So the Myyrmäki Sports Hall is, let's see, Myyrmäen Urheilutalo, Myrbacka Idrottsgård. Okay, so it's gonna be over here. I'll once again misplace this thing a bit, because that just makes things a bit easier. So Myyrmäen Urheilutalo, Myrbacka Idrottsgård. The stop is not in here in reality, but like you already know if you follow this channel, there are several sort of practical inaccuracies which I have made in order to make things a bit simpler for me and the poor buses trying to run these lines. So here we go. And then we turn that way, thank you, and then we turn that way. Could I have a crossing here, please? I could, thank you. Then let's move the signals a slight bit, one to that position, one to that position, and then let's add quite a lot of them. Oh, there is also something illegal in here. Let's see how I can make this part of the track road a bit more accessible. That didn't do the trick. What about now? Still one bad angle. Well, still one bad angle. No bad angles. I don't know what happened there, but this system is okay now, so let's build it. And then let's go back to the lines. After Myrinkoti, we'll of course stop at Myyrmäen Urheilutalo and then at Pyörrekkuja, but well, we won't stop a second time at Pyörrekkuja at this point, because we need to stop for later. And then we're gonna need a turn to the left in here, which is an... Oh, okay, thanks and goodbye. I will not start playing those games again. So there we go, and then let's build this connection here, and then let's go back to lines. So after Myrvän urheilutalo, we will then stop at Ojapolku, and after that we will stop at the Louhela station stop, which stop it is this one. And then we're gonna turn right. We should stop at Eräpolku. No, wait, what happens here? What the actual fuck is happening over here? Let's see. Okay, Erakuja is a one-way stop we can skip. So the following stops are Ojahana, Aukio, and Noro. Fuck. Okay, well, let's try to make some sense out of this. So Ojahan, Aukio, Beckhax, Platsen is going to be located in there. There we go. Let's loop it. That should do the trick. And after Ojahan, Aukio, we will then stop at Norokuja. Rennilsgrindin. There we go. And this is actually a one-way stop, but this time I'm afraid we'll have to ignore the instructions on the one-way stop, and I will also have to make some, once again, very technical things which don't make this line completely realistic, but realistic enough. So we're gonna go back to lines, and we're gonna stop at Norotie, and we're gonna stop at Norokuja, and we're gonna stop at Ojahan, Aukio, and after that we're gonna stop at, let's see, So it's gonna take a left turn to a stop called Eräkuja in there at the daycare center, and then it's gonna stop another time at the Eräkuja stop. So I will just ignore this little disruption in here and ignore these little disruptions in here. And then we're gonna stop at Eräkuja. Bingo. After Eräkuja, we will stop at okay. We're just gonna stop in here. Okay, right. And then into Martinlaakso station, and then at Louhelan tie. After Louhelan tie, we're gonna do a little trip to a stop called Viherkuja. This line is a mess already. But Viherkuja Gröngränden is going to be located in here. And then we'll loop it. There we go. Now let's try to find a way to connect this road with the civilization. It obviously goes from here. Turns that way, and also... Come on. Oh no. Okay, fine. Thanks. Bye. Also, this way is needed because line runs both ways. And then let's add some signals. There we go. And then let's build this stretch of road, then it's capital lines. So after that, we will go there, and then we will go to Kukintie. Let's see where we are now. After that, we're gonna stop at a stop called Kynttiläkuja. Ljusgränden, which is a one-way stop over here. Wait, what is this? But okay, let's figure this thing out this way. But there is a one-way stop in here too. Okay, so let's... Fuck. I hate this line. I really, really hate this line. But let's create Kynttiläkuja into here. And after... No, that's not. That's Kynttiläkuja Ljusgränden is over here. After Kynttiläkuja, we stop at a stop called Viherkumpu, which actually exists. Good. And the following stop then is called Pilvitie. Okay, what? Where the hell is this thing going? So that's another Viherkumpu stop. Okay, but where is Pilvitie? Okay, so Pilvitie Molnväin is here. There we go. Then let's add some, or change the location of the signals. And that's Pilvitie. After Pilvitie, we're gonna stop at Lounapolku, Söderstigen. What the hell? Okay, well obviously I'm on the wrong road at the moment. Who cares about that? I will get to the right one. I'll just build a road through a park or something like that. This is a good park to cross. There we go. Problem solved. After a Lounapolku, we will then stop at Auertie, Solröksvägen, which is going to be in here. There we go. And after Auertie, we will just connect with the rest of the network again. Oops, not there. Yes, there, but there. Somebody's garden might just have gotten a road through it. I'm sorry about that. I don't care. This is called progression. So this loop is now ready. And from this loop, so let's see what happens after Auertie. After Auertie, we stop again at Viherkumpu. Then at the stop called Hämeenlinnan väylä, which means that there is a... Sorry about the... Well, you didn't see it probably. So there is a stop called Hämeenlinnan väylä crossing the Hämeenlinnan väylä. There is no bridge in here. So we'll just have to put a stop called Hämeenlinnan väylä in here. That's Tavastehusleden in Swedish, I already know it. And now I will do an interesting trick, because I will, when creating the line, I will simply run it to one direction, and then I will run it to the other direction when coming back. But okay, can we join there? That would be a good place to join, and that's it. There we go. Let's build this hell, and then let's go forward. So let's go back to the lines. We stop at Hämeenlinnan väylä, although we don't. We stop at Kynttiläkuja. We stop at Viherkumpu. And we stop at Pilvitie, at Lounapolku, at Auertie. Then we would again stop at Viherkumpu, but we don't. We would stop again at Hämeenlinnan väylä, or we would actually stop there for the first time, but we don't. Oh, fuck. Okay. After that, we make a right turn in... let's see. we make a right turn in here. Okay, not a right turn like that. Could I possibly just... Oof. And after that, we're gonna go back to line and stop at Kukinkuja. Then we're gonna turn left. And we're gonna stop at Kukinniitty and Kukinpolku. So Kukinniitty Kykenggen. And Kukinpolku, Kygstiin. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. No pending blueprints. Let's go back to lines. And then we're gonna stop in here and in there, and then we're gonna move on to the next stop, which is gonna be... Well, what's it gonna be? Well, it is gonna be at Lintukallion Kuja. Great. But after that, we're gonna turn left again and stop at Lintukallion Koulu, which is over here. Does it have a Swedish-speaking name? I don't think so. No, it's Kivimäen Koulu. I'm sorry. Sorry about it. Not Lintukallio. That would have been a bit too fancy, so oops. Ugh, come on. It really does loop through the parking lot, but I am not that fond of this line that I would actually be doing that, so we'll just have to go on with this reality. Sorry about that. Now I'm just actually gonna cut all possible corners short and... What's that? I should build every single crossing like this. It makes things a lot easier. So... Oops. There we go. Let's go back to lines and have a stop there at Kivimäen koulu. And then we're gonna stop at Kivimäen kuja. Whoa, a created stop. Amazing. Then we're gonna stop at Laajavuorentie. Another creative stop, amazing. Then at Raiviosunkuja. No, Raiviosunmäki. Then at Laajavuorenkuja, which is here. Then at Laajakorvenmäki. What's that gonna be called? In Swedish, Bredkärsbacken. Okay, I'm just gonna do this by hand too. I'm too fed up. There we go. There we go. That's it. Such a simple thing. Such a difficult execution. Oh, and we need a loop in here, it seems. Well, let's build a loop. Of course, in reality, the loop is over there, but like I said, I don't care too much about this line. To put attention into detail. So let's go back to lines. After Laajavuorenkuja, we're gonna stop at Laajakorvenmäki, and then we're gonna go back, and we're gonna stop at Laajavuorentie and Raivio-Koskenmäki. But then Laajaniityn kuja Bredängsgrenden is the following stop we're gonna place into here. Okay, that's a double stop. So Laajaniityn kuja Bredängsgrenden it shall be. We're pretty close to the end now. Could we build a civilized crossing here? Oh, we could. That's wonderful. Oops. That was a completely wrong place. Oops, that was another completely wrong place to place a signal. Oops, that third one. Seems I have to pay more attention to detail here. So after Laajaniityn kuja, we will then stop at the healthcare center of Martinlaakso. Well, this stop is, although it's called the healthcare center of Martinlaakso, I will probably make it a platform of the, let's see what will, no. So, Martinlaakson terveysasema, Mortensdals hälsostation it's called. But you can nicely walk to the station of Martinlaakso from here. Oh, please do that. go. Oops. And then we're gonna stop at Valkotie, Vitväin. After Valkotie, we would stop at Martinkeskus, but oops. But the stop has been created on that side of the crossing. I'm not gonna spend my time creating a new one because I have grown to hate this line actually. So let's just skip that. Let's go back to lines. How far did we get? We got that far. So then we're just gonna come back and stop here and there and there. Sorry about that. After Martinkeskus, we will stop at Laajametsänkuja. And then we will turn. I will probably stop at Rappavuoren Reuna too, but so let's just do it. And then the final stop is called Rappavuoren Polku. Let's see here. Yeah, so Rappavuoren Polku is going to be over here. What's that going to be in Swedish? Skrabbergstein. Okay, this is absolutely great. Finally, the line is ready. I don't mind, creating long lines when they're kind of heading somewhere, but this line is heading nowhere. It basically just circles around itself, and that bothers me somewhat slightly. So there we are, we have the terminals, and then let's go back. If I can still find my way back. Sorry about that. There we go. It's ready. And then let's see how often it runs. How many sprinters, or well, every 2 hours. That's humane. That's humane. Oh, the line isn't open. Well, let's open it. There we go. Then let's have a look. Exactly 2 hours. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now I think I will just have to check it. And I will check it now. This is the final line, if I'm correct, in the 400 series. And that means that in the following video I will start creating bus lines starting with 500, which are sort of because the center of Helsinki is located where it is located, most of the lines are radial from the city center onwards to all directions. But the 500 lines run east to west, and that will make this chaos which you see on the map even worse. But the roads have been built, the line has been created, the buses have been bought, and everything is up and running. There will be a new video tomorrow, so until then, bye!